Man, this show, Friday Night Smackdown, was complete shitty garbage today. Complete shitty garbage. I mean, the show was like three. This is a 3 hour show, and this is started at 4 p.m. and went off just about 7 something. So much to say, I'm the Godfather Soldiers and Swimming. Name my topic today, this evening, is called Lazy, Lackluster, Lazy and Lackluster in London. With 22 days until WrestleMania 41, what else can happen now? Is WrestleMania 41 still in trouble now? So much I have to say. Before I open the show, I'm going to open the show a little bit of music. I'm going to open this show with this number one hit single, the song from 1994 called Creep, which came a number one hit single from 1995 by TLC. Creep. It's R&B single, so stick around. Right back, break it all down for all of you, and I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, right back. Yep, Creep, one of my favorite songs from when I was little. All you just heard, Creep by TLC. No More hit 30 years ago, 1995. So let's sit down to business how stupid this show was this evening. Then Now to Forever Together opens. Um, we um we alternate between shots of London and the end game of the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas before we cut into a packed crowd at the O2. We get a shot of Seth Rollins entering the arena to meet some security ahead of the contract signing tonight this evening. Followed by a number of the majority players for today's lineup. The last of these is Cody Rhodes, an undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion. Makes a beeline for a gorilla position and then the stage as this music hits. The crowd shows his appreciation for the fans as he walks down the ramp. The crowd singing along with his theme as the champ enters the ring. A big ovation from the friends in London as we see Cody has a microphone, but has to wait for the crowd as they chant his name. When they do quiet down, he asks all the important question: "What do you want to talk about?" Dueling chants of "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" takes this recapper back to 2006 as Cody lets the chants soak in for a bit before responding. The run time of this segment continues to be padded as the crowd once again chants Cody. Cody, 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 Cody Rhodes. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, Cody Rhodes team I was just singing. Before the champ finally addresses the facing John Cena at WrestleMania 41, the mention of Cena's name gets a chorus of boos, and Cody starts to talk about his face-to-face with Cena in a few nights on Raw when Randy Orton's music hits, the Vipers music hits, the Apex Predator. The crowd is electric for the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, singing along with his theme as Orton makes his way to the crowd. They talk to me. I remember his thing was, "Hey, nothing you can say, nothing that'll take out you done to me. Now it's time to shine. I'm gonna take what's mine." Yeah, I remember that thing. That's his real good thing. Yeah, singing as Orton's theme makes his way down the ramp for an apparent legacy reunion somehow. Yeah, they go way back, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Orton enters the ring as the crowd continues to sing along with his theme, even when the music itself is faded out. This pivots to Randy's chants as Orton has a microphone saying he's not the sentimental type, but for London, screw it. The crowd applauds before chanting RKO as Orton turns his attention to Cody Rhodes. Look at you now. Look where Cody came from. Orton remembers Cody. This is Cody Rhodes. This incites a Cody Rhodes chant. Orton remembers Cody Rhodes in his early 20s busting his butt and working harder than anyone to make it in this business. Orton acknowledges that Cody needed to grow, but he couldn't do it in the WWE ring. He acknowledges that he single-handedly changed the business by leaving everyone in the back and knows it. Yeah, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are the sons of our second generation later. Cody Rhodes is the son of the late WWE Hall of Famer, American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and Orton is the son of Cowboy Bob Orton. Orton respects him for what he did, and also knowing that Cody came back and he grew. He tries to shut down the crowd by continuing to sing Cody's name, but that just gets them riled up before Orton reminds everyone what Orton reminds everyone of Reyes went through to face Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. Rose beat Rollins with a torn pec before eventually finishing the story at WrestleMania 40. There's always another story, isn't there? Cody is in control of his legacy now, and ticket sales in business in general have been greatly in 99% thanks to the champ. Chant sings again as Orton gives a summary by saying that he loves and respects Cody, but it's time for WrestleMania. He talks about wanting to kick Kevin Owens' head off clean off his shoulders, and can't wait for that as well as Cody Rhodes beating John Cena to retain the championship. After dust settles on Cody and WrestleMania, however, there is going to come a time when Orton is going to come looking for another title shot at the title himself. He won't be a coward about it. Either he will look directly in the eye and tell him that he's coming for that belt. And speculate things brought out Drew McIntyre, who gets a moment to shine with the crowd chanting, "Oh, Drew McIntyre," as he calls for Orton and Rose, a couple of Nepo babies, having a love fest in the ring. Drew runs down Randy down for not earning a title shot, telling him to get in the back of the line. Before turning his attention to Cody, he says everyone should listen to him about John Cena. And the main event of WrestleMania should have been Cody Rhodes versus the UK's only world champion, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, here we go with this whiny little Scottish nutcase. Scottish crybaby. Drew gets in the ring and Orton and Randy tells him to cut the BS. And McIntyre says he'll tell the truth since all he does. And he runs down Orton, not looking as good inside, and he might be on the outside. Rose has heard enough and he lays an uppercut on McIntyre, who narrowly evades an RKO to leave the ring. We cut backstage to see the Street Profits as Pretty Deadly, and as the WWE Tag Team Championship is on the line up next. Then go to commercial break. We get a breaking news of Randy Orton facing Drew McIntyre later tonight. And then we head to the ringside for our opening match of the night. And half hour in? Yeah, exactly, half hour in. As the Street Profits make their way down to the ramp, out next is Pretty Deadly as this match gets underway. World Wrestling Entertainment Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford defend against Pretty Deadly, Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. Dawkins and Wilson start things off with Dawkins getting the upper hand until Kit fights back back enough to tag Prince. He forced Montez out of the ring before double teaming Dawkins, as we get a mute of the audio to indicate the break. Wilson tags back in to continue the attack on Dawkins, once again targeting Tez in the corner before going after Angelo again. But Dawkins gets in the tag the Ford and lays into Wilson for his troubles. Kit fights back to his feet but is sent to the ropes. Ford blocks a sunset flip and lays in a kick on Wilson, mocking Elton, who is forced back in by the ref as a tag is made to Dawkins. Angelo ends up charging into a big boot by Kit, but Ford tags in to keep on top of things, but Elton gets the tag. He charges at Montez with a flurry of defense, accompanying in a culminating in a big back suplex of sorts for a near fall, as the muted audio indicates a return from the break. Ford fights back off the ropes, but only gets a 1 count. Tag bait to Dawkins, but Wilson sends him into Ford before he and Prince double team Angelo for a near fall. Tag to Prince as Dawkins manages to fight back for a tag of his own to Ford and gets rolled up by Elton for a close 2 count. goes at it with Ford as Dawkins gets a blind tag as they blindside Prince for a near fall before Wilson breaks it up. All four men head to the corner and end up charging at each other with a pretty deadly getting a near fall to a big pop from the crowd that are firmly behind the challenges, and Dawkins sends Wilson for it over the ropes, but he hangs the Prince on Prince and gets it sent out of the ring. But this only serves to set Kid up for Doomsday Blockbuster as the champ gets the win to retain. Winners of Street Profits. Pretty sloppy in that match. The chants celebrate as we cut early today, where Zelina Vega and her friends are confronted by annoying, arrogant Chelsea Green and her secret Hervis. Fat ass Piper Nivens. Oops, did I just say that? I'm sorry. Leading to our next match as we head to ringside. Katana Chance and Ken Carr head down to the ramp as they get ready to face Piper Niven and Alba Fire. K2 is their tag team name. K2. Yeah, similar like to the movie K2, like that mountain, like the mountain in Asia, like the movie. Yeah, K2, female tag team name. K2. Kaden and Kaden and Kate, Katana and Kaden. Kaden, Katana Chance, and Kaden Carter head down to the ramp as they get ready to face Piper Niven and Alba Fire, and that match is up next. Video package: for the first time, WWE is inducting Immortal Moments in the Hall of Fame. And the first is announced is a submission match from WrestleMania 13 between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart, and both men will be there. You gotta be kidding me! This is a match cannot be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. That's just stupid. Back at ringside, the Secret Hervers, accompanied by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven and Alba Fire, enter the ring to get this match underway. Italian Chance and Kaden Carter versus Piper Niven and Alba Fire. We start off with Carter and Fire, who get the upper hand early as the Hervis quickly takes control with tags back and forth despite the efforts of the former tag team champions. Chance gets a tag but is sent to the floor by Niven as we get a quick fade to black. Niven continues to lay into Chance before tagging Fire back in, and Alba is on a Fire as she takes Chance down to the mat. As the action continues to hear the crowd chanting the Pledge of Allegiance to Chelsea Green. Give me a break. Are these fans idiots? I mean, this is I don't know why these fans are chanting for an arrogant, annoying heel like Chelsea Green. This makes no sense. I don't know why in the world they're chanting Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, hello, all you Brits there. She's Canadian, not American, and she does not deserve to be United U.S. champion. For Chance starts to fight back for a tag to Carter as we get to fade to black. Carter has Alba against the ropes, and she gets a near fall with a flurry of offense on for Niven to make a blind tag. The player starts back up in a crowd. Shut up! Can these fans Brits ever shut up? As the former tag champs continue to take a fight to Niven. They kickstand Carter and Chance after a tag, but Fire nearly breaks the pin. Carter and Fire take action to the outside, but Kaden is back in. only for Chelsea Green to distract the referee as Fire blocks Carter on the turnbuckle, and this leads Piper Driver to get a win from the Secret Harvest. Stupid. Wins by pinfall, Piper, Niven, and Alba Fire. Piper and Alba and Chelsea attack the duo after the match until Zelina Vega runs down for the save, but the number is still too much as Green and Hervis stand tall. We get a shot of LA Knight backstage as the United States champion. This is I really hate how they called her short. I really hate they call Zelina Vega short just because she doesn't deserve to be United States champion. This isn't right. We get a shot of LA Knight backstage as the United States champion. The United States champion is on the lineup next. We get some promotion from Stephanie's Places in a graphic of for the upcoming contract signing and a peek of some of the celebrities in the crowd. Braun Strowman music hits as he heads down the ramp for our next match. Ready for the challenges United States Championship. And speaking of, the champ is out next as LA Knight makes his way to the ring before this match gets underway. U.S. Championship match. LA Knight defends against Braun Strowman. The men circle the mat before locking up, with Knight starting to get in the upper hand when the challenger drops him down hard. Strowman brings the champ to the corner, running for the charge, but is soon sent over the top rope by Knight, forcing him to the outside. Knight leaves the ring only to be dropped hard to the floor with a big boot by Strowman, who regains control as we get a quick fade to black. Strowman brings the champ back into the ring, mounting up on the turnbuckle for some punches, but the champ fights out, turning around for some punches of his own. Knight goes for a sunset flip, but Braun lays into him for his troubles, launching the champ into the corner with his hammer throw for forcing Knight back to the outside, where he sends LA Knight into the barricade. He then slams him against the ring apron as we get another quick fade. Knight has been brought back into the ring as he fights back to his feet. Only be blindsided in the corner, but he responds with a bulldog, sending Strowman to the canavas. Both men are on their feet, trading strikes until Braun is sent to the corner, setting him up for a German suplex by Knight. LA Knight hits an elbow drop for a 2 count. Rising back to his feet as he looks at BFT on Strowman, who fights it off and sends the champ back out of the ring. Strowman Express makes his puncher and runs right into Jacob Fatu. The ref calls for a bell as this match has ended in DQ. Ring review disqualification. Braun Strowman. LA Knight remains champion. Fatu brings the big man back into the ring as the crowd chants "Ole, ole, 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 wait, ole, 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 like ole, 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 Fatu, Fatu, as a Samoan werewolf at Samoan werewolf. He is interrupted by Knight, but the champ is immediately sent to back outside the ring as Fatu charges at Strowman for a hip attack to the corner. More ole, 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 Fatu, Fatu chants as he brings Braun to the middle of the ring for a moonsault, and the crowd chants one more time, to which Jacob obliges with a second moonsault for good measures before leaving the ring. Gail looked back at the slap from Jimmy Uso on Raw before hearing from Jim himself, who promises to bust Gunther on Monday before Jay busts him at WrestleMania to win the World Heavyweight Championship. We hear Miz mocking him as he and him, Carmelo Hayes, enter the frame. Miz calls him the other Uso, saying he and Jay are career sidekicks compared to the World Heavyweight Championship champion. He also says he tried to slap Miz like he did Gunther, but he'd still be on the ground, to which Jimmy fakes him out, getting a laugh before saying he'll talk to Aldis about getting a match against the Miz tonight. We get a look at the situation between Naomi and Jay with an update up next. We get a look at another look at Jacob Fatu attack on Braun Strowman. Strowman moments ago, before going backstage to see the drama between the Samoan werewolf and his bloodline brethren. The tension is evident as Fatu says he'll be the last man standing between him and Braun Strowman, and he will bring the United States title back home to the family with or without their help. He walks off, leaving us with a sight or frustrated Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Now we hear from Naomi. We hear from Naomi, who talks about all she has done for Bianca when she attacked Jade Cargill months ago. She expresses anger about Jade's coming in from out of nowhere to take her place as Bianca's friend. As he had Bianca's Belair back from day one, she has done being unappreciated, and she warns Jade to proceed with caution. All I can say is this: really, Naomi, you need to look in the mirror, girl. You need to look in the damn mirror. I really hope that well, hold on, let me finish up. Back at ringside, Jade expressing her frustrations with Nick Aldis, saying when she sees Naomi, it's on sight, and she walks off and she bumps into Mishin and B-Fab, who expresses solidarity with her issues as they have business of their own with Charlotte Flair. Jade thanks them for their kind words before wishing Mishin good luck on her match. They part ways as Mishin faces Charlotte up next. Hold on a second. Oh, that was my little buzzer. Oh, you just heard. Hold on a second. Okay, we get another mysterious vignette as I'll be with you faintly, hers in the background before heading back to ringside for our next match. I bet you 100% that it's Aleister Black returning to WWE. I feel like he's gonna make a big mistake coming back. Mishin and B-Fab head to the ramp down to the ramp to enter the ring, but are blindsided by Naomi, who rushes into the ring. She lays out Mishin and takes B-Fab to the outside, sending her against the announce table to lay a beat down until Jade Cargill runs down to make the save. Naomi, who escapes through the crowd, and Jade helps B-Fab alongside some officials who help B-Fab back when Charlotte Flair's music hits. We get a brief stare down between Charlotte and Cargill before this Larry heads to the ring back, allowing the Queen to make her way down to the ring for our next match. Wow. I was really surprised. The first time all of you see me and all of you we see Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill face to face. No, I really hope. You know what? I said to myself that Jade Cargill Jade Cargill should have get grabbed the microphone and should have issued a challenge to Naomi to face her at WrestleMania 41. But something fishy thoughts coming right. I have strange feeling about this. Something tells me that this is what might happen. I mean, someone tells me that Bianca, if something might happen. I believe if the match is made between Jade and Naomi at WrestleMania 41, something tells me that Bianca Belair might turn heel if she loses the Raw Women's title to Io Sky and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. But something tells me that people thinks that Bianca Belair is the mastermind behind Jade Cargill's attack, and that Bianca and Jade were Bianca and Naomi were working together the whole time, and and because no wonder why she wanted to stay on Raw to face why Bianca wanted to come to Raw to face the Raw Women's face the Raw Women's champion Io Sky when she's on the Smackdown brand. Someone tells me that Bianca might turn heel, and they were acting. The whole thing was just an act between there were fake tears between Bianca and Naomi. Then we have this next match: Mishin and Charlotte versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair gets a big boot for a cover, but Mishin manages to kick out as Flair goes back to the work as before we get a quick fade to black. Mishin runs to the ropes to get an upper hand on Flair, sending her to the corner before Charlotte drives her face first into the turnbuckle for a near fall. She brings Mishin to the table to the middle of the ring, driving her face into the canvas to a bit of boos from the crowd. Crowd continues the onslaught for a set of near falls unless they've muted this crowd for the break. It feels like the energy is down, and Charlotte locks her chin lock before we get to another fade to black. Well, this time really goes fast already, man. It's 8 p.m. right now. Mishin fights back to her feet, taking the Queen down hard for a near fall. Is sure enough for just as the energy for this crowd is down a bit aside from the woo chants here and there. Flair gets back on the attack, but is caught with a kick to the face by Charlotte. The crowd starting to liven up more as she steps over Mishin before climbing to the turnbuckle only to be intercepted by Mishin for a powerbomb to the mat. It gets her a 2 count before Flair kicks out. Mishin gets back to her feet and hits the ropes for a knee strike in the 2 count. And the crowd lets Charlotte know how they really feel as Mishin sends Flair to the corner, but the Queen blocks eat defeat. Charlotte goes for a back suplex, so Mishin eats defeat for the cover, but Flair gets a boot on the bottom rope to stop the pin. Crowd is not pleased as it is as Charlotte takes a breather on the outside, only for Mishin to come after her, but Charlotte evades a kick to bring Mishin back in the ring. She stomps the leg at Mishin before locking the figure 4 8 for victory as Mishin taps out. Man, they're really shitting on Mishin, man. Winner via submission, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte celebrates to a chorus of boos as we go to backstage. We hear from Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, Tiffy time. That I don't care about. The champ calls Charlotte Flair for taking over her last week before acknowledging that Flair has more to lose at WrestleMania than just want the title. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And that's true. And Charlotte's going to make sure that stays in Vegas as Charlotte's ego. All I can say that Charlotte and Tiffany will be the worst match ever made because y'all know well, even though I don't like Tiffany time, but I feel like they're gonna chop that title to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's gonna get buried, and Charlotte's gonna have her all spotlight handed to her. But you know what? Tiffany Stratton's overrated. I don't know why Triple H put that money shoved her in our throats, shoved Tiffany Stratton in our throats in the first place, and I don't know why Triple H had to make her had that women's Money in the Bank briefcase in the first place, and I don't know, and that WWE title. It should be on somebody else, but not Tiffany and not Charlotte Flair. It should be on somebody like someone like Zelina Vega or someone like Alexa Bliss. We get a rundown on what's to come, including the confirmed match between Jimmy Uso and Miz, for heading back back to ringside as Randy Orton makes his way out first. He's facing Drew McIntyre, and that match is up next. Then go to commercial break. Video package. The WrestleMania entrance of Triple H will be inducted into this year's WWE Hall of Fame class. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Okay, damn, Dan, just trying to check up on something. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Standoff starts this match as Drew McIntyre chants rise up from the crowd. They lock up until Drew sends Orton toward the corner, allowing him to get to his feet. After asking him how that feels, they start to lock up again, and Randy is sent to the corner as Drew goes back into it until Orton turns it around for some mounted punches in the corners, and then sends him to the outside into the ring post for good measure. The action spills to the outside as Drew sets up for a black suplex on Orton, who counters with one of their own, sending McIntyre onto the announce table. He enters the ring as we get a quick audio mute. We then hear the crowd chanting one more time as Orton obliges when he goes back into the ring for another one. McIntyre. They call for one more. They call for one more still, but this time Drew gets the thumb to the eye to turn things around before standing Orton to the barricade. Crowd chants for Drew McIntyre as he continues the attack in the ring, focusing on the lower the back of the Viper until Orton fights back. He gets back to his feet and the two straight strikes we get another muted audio. Orton gets back into it, laying into McIntyre until Kevin Owens comes running the ramp, and this distracts Orton enough for the Drew to lay him out with a Claymore for the pin and the win. Drew McIntyre, we were going to pinfall Drew McIntyre. Owens isn't finished as he goes after Randy Orton, after Randy now, trying to set him up on the announce table. Orton fights back as Kevin Owens is forced to escape through the crowd as Orton's music hits as we see Jimmy Uso backstage preparing for his next match. Gets the Miz up next. Next week, we'll get another vignette hyping up your rival Ray Phoenix, and I can understand that this is next week because WWE has confirmed that Ray Phoenix arrives to Smackdown next week. Back at ringside, Jimmy Uso makes his way out for our next match, and presumably in the in-ring main event before Miz makes his entrance to get this match underway. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, now we see his match here. Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Jimmy gets the upper hand to start off, but The Miz takes the fight back to him, forcing him to the outside as we get a quick fade to black. Jimmy gets back in the action as he enters the ring again, hitting a flurry of offense on The Miz as a former World Wrestling Entertainment Champion catches him with a chin lock to slow things down. I mean, way down, keeping Jimmy down on the canvas with a stump as the crowd shows their disdain while we get another quick fade to black. Jimmy starts to fight back once more, countering for a near fall as The Miz gets back up for a near fall of his own on the former tag team champ. Miz sets up for a series of it kicks until Jimmy gets back to his feet, pouring Enzgur sending Miz to the ropes, only for The Miz to take him down to the mat for a covering a 2 count. Miz goes up for a double axe, but is met with a super kick by Jimmy, who goes up to the top for an Uso splash to pick up the win. Winner by pinfall, Jimmy Uso. Jimmy celebrates by leaving the ring and getting on a headset to tell Gunther that he will beat him on Raw this Monday. Backstage, Drew McIntyre has a chat with Louis Capaldi before being asked about his match against Orton tonight. Drew simply takes the win for what it is, addressing Damian Priest quickly before making his exit, to only be blindsided by the Archer of Infamy. The two go at it in the parking lot before officials rush in to break it up, but not before Priest drops the microphone on a windshield with the South of Heaven, who responds to Drew's Timu Undertaker remark, telling him to rest in peace for taking his leave. Yeah, someone finally had to shut Drew up. After the quick look on the commentary, we go back to the parking lot backstage there as we get a smile seeing Drew Punk as Punk gets a smile seeing Drew all beat up before walking on the contract as the contract signs up next. Wow, yeah, Punk loved what Priest did to Drew. We get a look at all of the fan signs of the night in London before going to a video package with a focus on John Cena continuing to rip into the fans and promising to retire the WWE Championship when he boots Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Bullshit, Cena. You're not retiring. You're not retiring. Y'all know you're gonna take that WWE title and you're gonna stay in WWE forever. You're gonna try to The Rock is gonna try to form a stable with you and Travis Scott and someone who might join you and The Rock and Scott and all that stuff and all that stuff and all that talk and you're gonna realize that you tricked all of us, pulled the wool over everyone's eyes that you're not retiring. You're gonna make everyone. You're gonna and somehow The Rock is gonna force do everything to make you keep that WWE title forever, so you can have a better ego. The champ for his part, Cena calls out for making the biggest mistake of saying what he said while Rose was in the building. We head back to where Nick Aldis is standing by a table and chairs out. That's right, folks. It's time for our other main event of Smackdown. WrestleMania contract signed with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Nick Aldis introduces Roman Reigns first as the crowd acknowledges their tribal chief, while Reigns makes his way out alongside Paul Heyman and the security detail. Get a mute of audio indicating to the fans watching USA will not begin the full entrance of the treatment of Roman Reigns. Makes his way down to the ramp to a big pop to the London crowd as he continues toward the ring, with the crowd still acknowledging him as you do. As we get another mute of audio to break things up. Roman's music fades as the OTC chants rise up from the crowd. Roman puts out a hand out to Heyman, offering the microphone as a Roman Reigns chant breaks out. He finally quiets down enough to tell London to acknowledge him, and the crowd obliges him with an OTC chant, followed by a quickly Roman Reigns for good measure. It appears to be music of the ears of Roman Reigns, who smiles as he takes a seat to the table. Head of the table, if you will, he calls up the crowd, sending beautiful. This gives the fans an excuse to start up Roman Reigns once again. Paul starts to sing along as Roman Reigns shows his love for it before saying he is here for two reasons. One, to be acknowledged, check. And two, to sign this contract. Roman signs the contract, for he can say that his business is done. He is cut off by the music of Seth Rollins. The crowd sings along with Seth's theme as he heads down to the ramp. Next, we have reached maybe a third of this show consisting of the crowd singing theme songs as Seth enters the ring. The crowd, as Seth enters the ring to a pop up from the fans. Rollins acknowledges the beautiful singing voices of the crowd before asking Roman, why is he such a hurry to leave? He brings up the history between them, saying years ago they were ready to burn it down the old guard. A lot has changed in 12 years. And a little bit of love and a lot of hate but he dares say the pair accomplished their mission. CM Punk chants start to break out as Roman interjects saying, "We died a long time ago, and it's only been." He's the only one who built this company up, and if it made it valuable to Netflix, and what has Seth done? Rowan cuts him off, telling him that he let the biggest snake into the garden in CM Punk. Seth says Roman could cut him off at the head, but instead Rollins is forced to clean up Roman's mess again. CM Punk makes his way out to a pop as the crowd sings this theme. Next, the security detail follows close behind Punk and walks down the ramp to the ring. We see Rollins has taken a seat at the table by this point as Punk enters the ring to climb up the turnbuckle, soaking in the indulgence of the crowd. His music fades as the crowd chants CM Punk before he states that he came here to chew bubblegum and sign a contract, and he's all out of bubblegum. Wow. Referring to he did a version of Roddy Piper's catchphrase version of Roddy Piper's catchphrase from the movie They Live, directed by John Carpenter. He said, "I came here to chew bubblegum and kiss ass. And kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." The crowd chants his name, and again as Punk signs the contract. Well, after reading it over real quick, Roman mocks him, telling him this is his TV, and to hurry up. He tells Herman to smarten Punk up, and he does. Punk telling that he knows what he's looking for. It's in there. This match is closing the show at WrestleMania. Punk gets to live his dream and main eventing the biggest show of the year. Roman talks about getting another box being checked off, but Rollins is livid as he insists that Punk doesn't deserve the honor. Punk wipes away a tear from his eye to thank the crowd, along with all the fans around the world who stood by him for 10 long years. CM Punk chants are interrupted by Roman telling him to thank his tribal chief for this, saying they're saying to close the show out as we get a copyright screen and credits, and Punk by thanking his tribal chief, the Big Dog, which gets a less than amused look from Reigns for the opportunity and thanks him. He gets a chance to main event WrestleMania. The crowd chants, "You deserve it," and Punk thanks Reigns once again for this, but that is not the favor. That is not that he is old. Punk drops the mic. This is what brings Smackdown to a close. Yeah, Rollins is really pissed. I mean, all I can say, this is kind of karma for Seth Rollins. So what goes around comes around, because everyone remembers WrestleMania 31 when he cashed in on Roman Reigns, cashed in his money back briefcase, and cashed in on Roman to become the new WWE champion. This is kind of karma for Seth Rollins for 10 years ago after he cashed in on Roman at WrestleMania 31. It's karma, so what goes around comes around. This was a terrible show today, this evening. Terrible show this evening. It's garbage. This was just I don't know why in the world they're having having SmackDown and Raw and SmackDown on afternoons and evenings, and just horrible. Now I think some fans to say that I know some of you thinking that Randy Orton might turn heel. It probably might turn heel. Some of you think that Orton might turn heel on Cody Rhodes, costing him the WWE champion, and aligning himself with Cena and The Rock and Travis Scott and form a little stable. But Orton has hated Cena all his life when they're feud, and some of you think that John Cena will be back as a babyface if he loses to be back as a babyface if he loses to Cody Rhodes. and see, yeah, the farewell tour was not was no was no was a real all along. He might leave WWE, but I don't think so. But who knows? Time will tell. This is really garbage. I mean, and what about you know what else I heard? I heard that guess what I also heard everybody was watching. I heard that former that there's a next introduction for a potential next person to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame, and that is the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. That I grew up watching when I was a kid. I was a real fan of Ken Shamrock when I was little. Mixed martial arts and mixed martial artist. Some of you remember him. I grew up on Ken Shamrock. Yeah. So that's my rant review for all of you tonight for Friday evening Smackdown. Now I'm gonna close out the show a little bit. So don't all know what it's time for. It's time for something I like to do. It's time for hold on a second. It's time for Justin's timeline time capsule history of all the wrestling birthdays in history, pop culture. All you hear, I think, was a thing from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. One of my favorite movies. Can't wait for its 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025. Cannot wait for July 3rd, 2025. For the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. The movie was released July 3rd, 1985, where it all started. Now let's go to yesterday's from March the 27th. Hold on a second. Okay, birthday, resting birthdays for yesterday. Yesterday was a happy 55th birthday to Canadian wrestler Bobby Collins. Yesterday was a happy 39th birthday to SoCal Val. Yesterday was a happy birthday to Charlie Haas. He turned. He was 53 yesterday. And let's see, in on WCW Prime, let's see. Yeah, trying to see. I think they were just showing highlights and matches, and I think it was a video on Sting, Paul, Randy Savage, and and that's what they did, showing just highlights and what went on in WCW past years and something like that on WCW Prime, March 25th, 1995. Then on Monday Night Raw, um, Bret Hart defeated Owen, and on the night before WrestleMania 11. It was a special edition of Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 11. Then on WWE Velocity on Sunday Night Heat, Gene Snitsky defeated Val Venus. Chris Masters defeated Russell Simpson. The Hurricane defeated Biohazard. Muhammad Hassan with Davari defeated Rhino. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's see, Sunday Night Heat for 2005, March 27th. Let's see. Rockstar's Spud defeated Low Key to retain the TNA X Division Championship. Awesome Kong defeated Brooke Tessmacher. Eric Young, Ethan Carter III, and Tyrus defeated Austin Aries and Bobby Roode and Mr. Anderson. Jeff Hardy defeated James Storm in a steel cage match. That same 2015. Yeah, 4 movies released in theaters nationwide. Home, featuring voices of Steve Martin, Jim Parsons, Rihanna, Jennifer Lopez, Matt Jones, Brian Stepek, and Frank Welker, and April Winchell was released. Serena, starring Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence was released. They worked together in Silver Linings Playbook, and they also worked together in American Hustle. And While We Were Young, starring Ben Stiller and Naomi Watson, Amanda Seyfried, and Charles Grodin, and Adam Driver was released, and it was Charles Grodin's return to the big screen after like a year. His big comeback to the big screen for Charles Grodin after a long year absence. After we saw his last film was probably that film he did a movie called It Runs in the Family, which is a sequel to 1983's A Christmas Story. And another movie called Get Hard, starring Will Ferrell and Kevin Park was released in supporting roles in that movie were T.I. Harris, rapper Alison Brie, and Craig T. Nelson from Coach. He was also in the movie Poltergeist, which happens to be not my favorite movie. Let's see. Now let's go to March 28th. Today's another 1995 another hit single called a song called Back for Good was released by British That British Boy and Take That was released. It was March 27th, 1995. Now let's go back to March 28th. Today's. Let's see. Today would have been a happy. Happy 67th birthday to Mr. Perfect himself, Kurt Hennig. Umaga would have been 52 today. God vs. Soul, Rikishi's brother, and the Usos' uncle. Canadian wrestler Danny Davis, referee and pro wrestler Danny Davis, Dangerous Danny Davis, pro wrestling referee. He turned Danny Davis. He turns I don't even know, as Mr. X. He was a pro wrestler and referee. Danny Davis. He turns 68 today. Wait, 69 today. His real name is Dan March. Nick Mondo. Some of you know. Nick Mondo. He's a retired pro wrestler. Nick Mondo, he turns 44 today. Wait, 45 today. I'm sorry, 45 today. Rory McAllister of the Highlanders, he turns 49 today. He turns. He's a fellow Poplar Beach native, like me. The Warlord, from WWE, he turns 63 today. And Crybaby Cannon, he would have been 93 today. And on this day, 1995, on ECW Hardcore TV, Mikey Whipwreck defeated Jason. Tommy Dreamer failed to win the gauntlet involving Thomas Stinson, Johnny Hotbody, and Steve Richards and Raven. Sabu defeated Mikey Whipwreck. And Raven beat Tommy Dreamer in bloody point. He was sent to the hospital. He was beaten to it was a bloody mess. Let's see. Now 2005 Monday Night Raw, just hours before WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania 21 goes Hollywood on this day in 2005. Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho and Shelton Benjamin defeated Christian and Tyson Talk in a six-person title match before their Money in the Bank ladder match, the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21. Christy Hemme defeated Trish Stratus in an arm wrestling match, and then Trish Stratus became more like a sore loser. Tajiri and William Regal defeated Maven and Simon D, Rod Conway, and Sylvan Gryway in a three-way tag match, and Shawn Michaels defeated Muhammad Hassan by DQ. Then there was like a contract signing between Triple H and Batista to meet at WrestleMania 21 before as the show ends. And it's the same thing happening now in the contract signing between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, which all you just saw earlier this evening on Smackdown. And tomorrow's the 45th. Tomorrow's the, by the way, is the 10th anniversary of WrestleMania 31, and next Monday is the 40th anniversary of the first ever WrestleMania, March 31st, 1985, and WrestleMania 31 started beginning March 28th, March 29th, 2015. Can't wait to see it. So that's it. Now I got so that's my little review. Hope all of you have a good night. It's the late Chad Henshaw used to say, I like to dress like Chevy Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown. I like to get in that hot tub. Gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. Earlier, I never grew up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. So, hope all of you have a good night. We're gonna close our show a little bit of music. We're gonna close our show with this song, number one hit single from song was the number one hit in 1995. It was released in 1994 called Take a Bow by Madonna featuring Babyface. So, for all of you have a good night. And here is Madonna's number one hit single featuring Babyface from 1995. There was a number one hit in 1995 called "Take a Bow." Close out the show. So hope you have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace. And here is "Take a Bow" by Madonna featuring Babyface.
everything.